Welcome to English Listening Journey. I'm so glad you're here with me today. This channel is all about helping you improve your English listening skills while learning something useful for your daily life. And today, we're diving into a topic that I know so many of you struggle with: how to stay focused and stop letting distractions ruin your productivity. Whether you're studying English, working on a project, or just trying to get through a busy day, this video is for you. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore how to overcome distractions and focus deeply. Ready? Let's get started. I've spent a lot of time thinking about why some people find it so hard to concentrate. And here's what I've discovered. People who can't focus well all have something in common. They don't know how to handle wandering thoughts. You know those random ideas that pop into your head at the worst times? They're the real culprits behind lost focus. It's not about being lazy or unmotivated. It's about not having a plan to deal with those mental interruptions. Let me give you some examples so you can see what I mean, and maybe even recognize yourself in these situations. Picture this. You're sitting down with a book. Maybe it's an English novel you're reading to improve your vocabulary. You're a few pages in, feeling good about your progress, when suddenly a thought hits you. Oh, I need to buy a new jacket for that big sale on November 11th. Before you know it, you've grabbed your phone, opened a shopping app, probably that one with the orange logo, and you're scrolling through discounts. The book? It's still open, but you're not reading it anymore. Or maybe you're working on something important, like writing an email in English for school or work. You've been at it for just a few minutes when you think, wait, I haven't checked the news today. What if something big happened? So, you pick up your phone again, and soon you're lost in headlines. One more example. You're studying English grammar, flipping through a textbook, and after a couple of pages, your stomach growls. I'm hungry, you think, and off you go to the fridge to find a snack. By the time you're back, your focus is gone. Sound familiar? The result of all this is that your precious concentration, the kind you need to learn English or finish anything worthwhile, gets wasted on things that don't matter in the moment. Now, let me share a little story from my own life to show you how I figured this out. Back when I was in college, I thought I was a multitasking superstar. I'd sit in class, listening to my professor with one ear while catching up on gossip with my friends through the other. I'd take notes with one hand and scroll my phone with the other. I was proud of it, like I had some special skill. But then I started graduate school, and everything changed. Suddenly, I had to write a thesis, a long, complicated paper that required deep thinking and hours of focus. And guess what? My multitasking habits didn't work anymore. I'd sit down to write, but my mind would wander. I couldn't finish a paragraph without checking my phone or daydreaming about something else. Projects piled up, deadlines loomed, and I realized that my so-called multitasking mode was actually ruining my ability to concentrate. That's when I decided to take action. I started reading books about deep work, working with full focus on one thing, and over time, I built my own set of strategies to stay on track. And today, I'm going to share those with you so you can focus better while practicing your English listening with me. So here are my 6 practical tips to beat wandering thoughts and focus deeply. Listen closely. These can change the way you work, study, and learn. Tip 1. Face wandering thoughts head on. The most effective way to deal with random thoughts is to write them down. When you're working or studying, say, listening to an English podcast, or reading a story. Keep a piece of paper next to you. If a thought pops up, like, I need to call my friend, or what's for dinner, don't let it take over. Just grab a pen and jot it down. For example, yesterday I was studying, and I suddenly remembered I needed to buy milk. Instead of going to the kitchen right away, I wrote buy milk on my paper and kept going. Why paper and not your phone? Because if you open your phone to type a note, you might end up on social media or a game instead. Paper keeps it simple and distraction-free. Try it next time you're practicing English. It really works. Tip 2. Learn anytime, anywhere. Here's a big one. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to study or work. You don't need complete silence, the right temperature, or a full stomach to get started. Learn to use whatever time you have, wherever you are. I've done some pretty unusual things to make this work. Once, I was on a beach in Barcelona, waves crashing, people laughing, and I used the Wi-Fi from a nearby KFC to practice Spanish on Duolingo. It wasn't quiet or comfortable, but I got it done. You can do the same with English. Waiting for a bus? Pull out your phone and listen to a short English lesson. Stuck in a noisy cafe? Read a few sentences from an English article. The more you practice this, the easier it gets to focus no matter what's happening around you. Tip 3. Practice with purpose. Focus is like a muscle. You have to train it. Start small. Set a goal to concentrate for just 10 minutes. Maybe you're listening to this video right now. Tell yourself, for the next 10 minutes, I'm only listening, no distractions. If your mind wanders, like if you start thinking about lunch, gently pull it back to my voice. After a while, increase the time to 20 minutes, then 45. I used to struggle with this, but now I can focus for an hour straight because I built it up slowly. It's like exercising. Start light, then lift heavier weights. Soon, you'll find yourself slipping into what experts call a flow state, where time flies and you're totally absorbed. Imagine how much English you could learn like that. Tip 4. Eliminate distractions at the source. If you want to stop wandering thoughts, cut them off before they start. That means getting rid of things that pull your attention away. For example, don't touch your phone for the first 30 minutes after you wake up. Trust me, those notifications can wait. Skip short videos or random news articles that clutter your mind. And take a look at your workspace, your desk or table. Is it messy? Full of snacks, gadgets, or papers you don't need? Clear it out. When my desk is tidy, I feel calmer and more ready to focus. Try this before your next English study session. Less clutter, more concentration. Tip 5. Set clear goals. Focus isn't just about willpower. It's about knowing what you're aiming for. If your goal is vague, like, I want to get better at English, it's hard to stay motivated. Instead, make it specific. Break big goals into small tasks. For example, instead of saying, I'll study English today, say, I'll listen to one English listening journey video and write down 5 new words. Small tasks feel doable, and finishing them keeps you going. When I was writing my thesis, I'd break it into tiny pieces, like write 200 words today, and it stopped me from feeling overwhelmed. You can do the same with your English practice. Tip 6. Limit your focus time. Here's something surprising. You can't focus forever. Your brain has limits. Science says most people can only do deep work, really intense focus, for about 4 hours a day. After that, you're just tired and spinning your wheels. So don't push too hard. Set a time limit for your focus, like 2 hours of English study, and then stop. Take a break. Go for a walk, eat something, or even take a nap. I learned this the hard way. Trying to study all day just left me exhausted and frustrated. Resting helps you come back stronger. So, let's wrap this up with a quick recap. Don't use your phone for 30 minutes after waking up. Study English anytime, anywhere, even in crazy places. Keep paper handy to catch wandering thoughts. Practice focusing every day, starting small. Clear away distractions from your space and mind. Break your goals into specific tasks. And set a time limit so you don't burn out. These tricks changed my life, and I know they can help you too, whether you're learning English or tackling something else. Give them a try, and let me know how it goes in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on English Listening Journey. See you in the next video.